Hello, this is my presentation on PHP for loops and for each loops. I am just using my PHP Motors website so I don't have to connect another page to a website. I have made a for loop here, and it's very similar to other languages if you've ever done a for loop before. You have a for statement, and then inside parentheses you create a variable and say where it's going to start. In this case we're starting at 1, and then you have to say where it's going to end when x is less than or equal to 10, and you're going to increment in some way. In this case I'm incrementing by 1 each time it goes through the loop. What I'm doing is just printing day whatever. I have that number of days times $10. So say you have a job where you get $10 a day, it's going to increment your dollar amount by 10 every day. So the syntax is a little bit different for PHP if you're doing an equation in a print statement or an echo statement. You cannot do the multiplication inside the quotation marks, so you actually separate it with periods and you close the quotes on either side. I'm going to refresh the page and it prints out day 1 I have $10, day 2 I have 20, and so forth, and it runs 10 times because I have x is less than or equal to 10. So starting at 1 and going through 10 instead of to 10. For a for each loop, again, very similar to other languages. You have to have something to iterate through, something that contains items. So I created an array, and this array is going to be called animals. Then you have to state that it's an array, and inside the parentheses you put your animals or whatever it happens to be inside double quotes and separated with commas. In the for each loop, very similar to other languages, you say for each in your array, in this case animals, and then you say as animal, which is just creating a variable to put each of the items into. And all I'm doing is printing out Harry and then whatever's in animal. Very simple. I refresh the page and we get Hairy Monkey, Hairy Snake, Hairy Turtle, Hairy Skunk. And that is how you do a for each loop. If you've done any other languages, it's not too hard to change to PHP. The syntax is slightly different, but it's really very similar. These loops would be useful in web development if you were getting the names of all the clients from a database. You could put them in an array and print out all the names of your clients, or if you only wanted to do the first 10, you could use a for loop instead of a for each loop.